the future of the arts is very bright. Susan DiMattia, we can't thank you enough. Your incredible generosity makes it possible for us to be here today. We are fortunate to have friends like you that understand the importance of arts education. If anyone would like to join Susan and make a contribution, please visit our website, palacestanford.org, and click on the More Info banner with today's event information. Everyone that donates $25 or more will receive a Palace Theater Arts Education t-shirt. Congratulations, playwrights. Now enjoy this afternoon's program.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Carol. So let me report the fact that we are at 67 audience members already here in Washington today. So that's really amazing to begin with, just to scare our playwrights a little bit. No, I'm kidding. Let me give you the way that this is going to work. I'm going to ask all of you guys to be a participant, an active participant of this Zoom event. In order for us to enjoy the presentations that the directors have created on Zoom, we all need to do a little bit of dancing together. So the first thing that I'm going to ask is that you will either go right on top of your picture. There are 3 little dots. And if you don't see them there, you can go to the camera image and there's an arrow right there. So once you find that, there's something that says hide non-video participants. Please click on that option, hide non-video participants. And I repeat again, there's 3 little dots right on top of your picture or the arrow right next to the camera. You click it, video settings, you find hide non-video participants, click check. And once everybody has done that, make sure you give me thumbs up and I will then move on. Thank you. So that will be the way that you will enjoy the compositions that the directors have created for you at this moment. So step 1. Step 2, that means that before every little piece, every little play that we're going to present, and by little, I don't mean literally little, I mean, you know, before every short play, we're going to ask you to turn your cameras off. At the end, we're going to ask you to turn them back on because we want to relate with you. Every piece is between 10 to 15 minutes. So if you have friends coming in, they are, unfortunately, once we start, going to have to wait in our waiting room until the end of the play so that no camera interrupts the process. Hope that that's understood by all of us. Mm-hmm. Right? And that being said, we also ask you to please put it not on speaker view, but on gallery view. At the top right of your frame, you will be able to find your gallery view, which again will allow you to enjoy these compositions. That being said, without further ado, I'm going to introduce our very first director for the day. Krysta Hibbard is a wonderful friend. She and I have traveled to different parts of the world, seeing the work of shows like Cirque du Soleil and dreaming about our own work and whatnot. So I'm honored to bring her as one of our first directors for the day, Krysta Hibbard. I let you say the rest.
All right. As Louis said, we're going to ask everyone to turn off their cameras so that you will see this the way we built it, constructed it. Yeah, I'm going to wait a little bit while everyone gets to there. That's great grammar, Krysta. All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. As Louis said, I am Krysta Hibbard, and I've had the pleasure of directing a play by Naomi Young. You'll get to meet her in a little bit after the play, but we're going to go ahead and start. This is 24. Lights up on a wedding reception. Music is playing, and Sam is standing off to the side holding a drink. Lauren enters, walking hastily across the room, drink in one hand, phone in the other. She is looking down at her phone, and as Sam turns around, they bump into each other.
Oh my God, I am so sorry. I'm in such a... Sam? Wow, It's been a while. Well, what are you doing here? You were close with Shelby?
Shelby, no, not really, but I roomed with her brother sophomore year, so I'm basically family now.
You roomed with Ryan Walker. Must have been one interesting year.
Oh God, yeah, tell me about it. You know, he once invited the whole floor to our room to a party, didn't tell me, and left. I was falling asleep to Bob Ross when 20 kids started pounding on the door.
Oh, damn. Oh, and you hate parties.
Yeah. But I don't know. They weren't too bad in college.
Hey, I heard you were working at Goldman's. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been great. Pretty good money, good hours.
Well, what exactly do you do there again?
Accounting.
Right. Accounting.
It's a lot more interesting than you'd think. Well, than I used to think. I do a lot of critical thinking, yeah, and analytics. And you remember how I've always been good at math?
Oh, I remember. Why do you think I sat next to you every calc test? I also remember how you hated math.
Boredom does not equate to hatred, Lauren.
Okay, but you're still drawing, right?
No, actually, it was time for me to face the real world, focus on my future. What have you been up to?
Well, lately I've been working for the Times. Well, just as an intern, but man, I love it there.
Oh, hey, you have to start somewhere. Have you turned in any pieces?
Yeah, a few. They weren't well received at all. But I get it. But case minions don't exactly have a lot of spare reading time on their hands.
They'd be lucky to read your work. It's amazing. Your stuff
Don't
was
be too
so...
excited, Sam. I barely finished my bachelor's. One of my professors used to call me Lauren who lacks.
Oh, shut up. How are you done with school already? Weren't you in Syria for 2 years?
Well, I left after one. I was a burden there. I couldn't help anyone.
I don't believe that for a second, Lauren.
Well, you don't have to, but it happened. They deserve so much better than an amateur writer who has no experience in humanitarian work.
I just don't understand. Those are two things you love the most.
Well, love doesn't make me good at them.
You need to have a little more faith in yourself. Where's the girl who would rewrite every issue of the school newspaper by herself every month?
I didn't rewrite, I edited.
Tell that to my impeccable article on the manatees that somehow turned into a rant about ocean pollution.
Well, it was just a little repetitive, Sam. Oh, remember what my mom used to say? Leave Lauren to write, so
Sam's pictures can shine. How could I forget? Your mother is the sweetest and cheesiest woman I have ever met.
She misses you. She asks about you all the time.
Margaret asking about me? How does one get so lucky?
No, seriously, she texts me every time she's at the Met asking if she'll see anything about you.
And what do you tell her?
Yeah, look for the giant Egyptian pyramids. That is all Sam.
Poor Margaret. She probably believes you too.
I guess I'll have to tell her you're not drawing anymore.
Yeah. I guess so.
Lauren Park and Sam Jones. I should have bet money you two would end up together.
Oh no, Jess, no, it's not like that.
Yeah, actually, we're just catching up, so if you'll excuse us.
I'm engaged. His name is Matthew. We met in college and he's an engineer.
Oh, how wonderful. Congratulations. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude.
No, nothing to intrude on.
You're engaged. Why didn't you say anything?
It didn't come up. It's recent, so not a lot of people know anyway. We were out on a dinner date, and he kind of just Pop the question and the ring.
Well, who is this guy? Is he good enough for you?
We've been dating for 2.5 years, and yes, Sam, he's my better half. Well, he's kind and smart, hardworking, and he loves me.
I'm happy for you, Lauren. Lauren, I am.
You don't look it.
I guess I didn't expect you to settle down so quickly.
But when you love
That's
someone, plans change.
Believe me, I know.
What's that supposed to mean?
Forget it.
I'm gonna go get another drink. Do you want anything?
No thanks.
Got you a Sprite with a lime. Used to be your favorite.
Yeah, still is. Thanks.
So have you met any billionaires at Goldman?
Why did you stop talking to me in May before graduation? After that night at your house, you just stopped. Everything. You wouldn't even look at me in the hallways.
What do you mean, why? You were the one who told me you never wanted to hear from me again.
Obviously, I didn't mean it, Lauren. I was upset. I was shocked. You were my best friend. You waited until the last minute to tell me you would be on the other side of the world for the next 2 years.
It was our last semester of senior year. Our last few moments together. I remember having so much fun. I didn't want to put a damper on it.
Well, it hurt more. I felt like an idiot. I didn't want to be upset, but because I knew how much something like that meant to you and how rare and special those opportunities are, but I was hurt.
And you had the right to be.
But why weren't you?
What do you mean?
You didn't seem to care you were leaving. You didn't seem to care that you were saying goodbye.
How could you say that? Do you know how many times I stayed up all night worrying about leaving you? And after that night, how many times I cried over the thought of losing you? I would lie in my bed for hours, writing down every little thing I wish I had said. I filled an entire book.
And so why didn't you say them? I didn't hear from you again, not once. Not even a text when you left.
Well, by then I knew that was the way it had to be. I thought if you stayed angry with me, it would hurt less for the both of us.
I could never stay angry with you, Lauren. I tried, but I couldn't do it. I stopped being angry long before you left home.
Sam.
What?
No. No, you can't. We can't. You're too late.
Oh, hi, babe. Yeah, I've been teaching your high school friends how to swing dance, and now all these high school girls won't stop coming up to me. You ready to go?
Yeah, just give me a few.
All right, then I guess I'll just go say goodbye to my new friends. Do you know Ryan Walker? Such a nice guy.
No, I don't.
So, that's Matthew.
Favorite Sam.
I wasn't going to say anything. I just want you to be happy. Are you happy with him?
Yes.
Then I'm happy.
Sam,
Yes?
promise me something.
Anything.
Promise me you'll start drawing again. I don't know what this accounting business is, but I do know that if I told 16-year-old Sam that in 8 years he'd be sitting at a desk all day working on analytics, you have a few choice words for me.
It's not that simple.
Why not?
You know how I am about my art. I can't choose between my art and something else. If I choose to draw again, it's the only thing I'll devote myself to. I'll get lost and I won't be able to recover.
Or you'll finally feel like you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Even if I had the time, I don't feel it anymore. I haven't even had the urge to pick up a pencil in years. Until now.
What do you...
Don't move.
I wasn't going to.
Yeah, more out of the hair. Yeah. And then profile maybe? Yes. Okay, wait.
Wait, but don't draw me too realistically, Sam.
Okay. Done. You don't get to look
Oh my God.
yet. You're beautiful. You are, Lauren. Your eyes, your smile, your writing, the way you care for people, your determination, your hope, it's all beautiful. You are the most beautiful person I have ever met.
You're sweet, Sam.
And I don't know what's going on with you and your writing, but you need to cut the crap and make yourself be heard. I've seen you do it before. This time, show Dean Baquet what a front page columnist looks like. Remember sophomore year? When your little piece on bullying inspired all those kids to come forward and share their stories with their classmates? Remember sitting there, watching Connor open up to a room full of students about being harassed for being gay? And remember what you said to me? You said, "This is it. This is what I want to do."
For the rest of my life.
Live it out.
Ready to go, babe?
Yeah. Let's.
Sam, pleasure to meet you.
Matthew.
Here, Lauren.
Thank you.
No. Thank you.
Nice meeting you, Sam.
"24" by Naomi Young, everybody. The way we're going to clap is that we're going to give little snaps. So if you're home feeling it for Naomi, please give those little nice snaps for her and for Krysta and the entire team. Good job. So nice to see you all. I just left new people in. So if you just joined us, let me first give you the maintenance. You're going to step on top of your picture. You're going to look for those three dots. You're going to look for the setting that says hide non-video participants so that you can enjoy the show formats that we have. That being said, let me bring Krysta Hibbard and Naomi Young back to the front. And so we can stay with our cameras open. Krysta, how was it for you directing this play, and what inspired you to choose this one?
We read these back in early March, I think, before the lockdown and everything happened. And then the lockdown happened. And so we all circled back to it a few weeks ago. And when Louise told us who the finalists were, we were talking about them more. I had just binged like 16 wedding rom-coms. And so it felt like the right one for me to do. I was already in that mode. And it was really great when I got to meet our cast and just dive into it. We read it a few different ways with different people playing different roles, and landed where we landed, and, you know, trying to figure out the technical aspects of how do you do a play in a box is really difficult and interesting. So we tried to play with the technical aspects of how do you hand a glass through the screen, those sorts of things. And our team was just so game for it. And it was just a lot of fun trying to figure out those things. You're muted, babe.
Thank you. For you, Naomi, so young, and yet I feel we have mentioned this to you a few times. the theme is just so universal, right? Like every part of the world could relate to this journey somehow. What inspired you to write it?
I think I've had my fair share of wedding rom-coms too, I have to say. But I don't know. I mean, I would say like in terms of a work, probably maybe La La Land. I love that movie, and just like coming away from that thinking about the thought of two people not ending up together, but inspiring each other to like devote themselves to their passions. I thought that was such a powerful theme, and it was something that I'd love to portray in a play.
Wonderful, thank you. So let me give two more pieces of advice for all of our participants. Number one, again, remember that we are going to take our cameras off. And if you have friends joining, because more people are joining, we're almost hitting our 80 audience members here, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, once we start the play, they won't be able to come in until the end of the play to avoid, so I see more people coming in, which is fantastic, to avoid interrupting the play. So remember that your camera will be off. Second, I'm going to hold on if you have questions for Naomi, or if you have questions for our next participant, Jason. We're going to hold on to the next one. And so there's a little bit on your participant area, there's a little bit of a little hand that you can raise to ask questions. So if you raise your hand, if you click that, I'll be able to immediately go to you. We're only going to take a few questions later on. So if there are any comments about this or the following play, you'll be able to do that later. At this moment, I want to ask all of you to please turn off your cameras. That way I can bring forward our next director, the one and only Florencia Cuenca.
Hola, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your time. I am Florencia Cuenca. I had the pleasure of directing this piece by these talented young men, Jason Lenis Lopez. We had so much fun. I just want to say thanks to the Palace Theater and Salgado Productions for this opportunity. Enjoy. This is Renaissance.
Thanks for being here, Charlie. I'm kind of scared. I'm still not sure how this medication is going to help me with my anxiety.
It will be fine, Robin. Just relax. It will work.
You don't know that. You don't really know that. All you know is that my anxiety is really bad. What you don't know is how it gets so bad. It always starts small, but it builds up, and it's almost as if I'm not even me, and maybe this won't work out. Maybe I shouldn't even better work with it.
Okay. No. Listen to me for a second, okay?
Okay.
I think you're ready. It took you a while, but I really think, no, I know you can do it. It's so simple as can be, even simpler than simple. The only thing that would be easier would be breathing.
Charlie, you know I have asthma.
Okay, scratch that. But regardless, this is finally happening. Robin, you can do it. No more shaking, no more turning pale, no more panic attacks. You are going to be free. You are really, finally going to be free. No more setbacks, no more trouble. It'll just be you and good vibes from here on out. And I cannot wait to see you take flight into the best you can be. All you have to do is take this first step.
Thanks, Charlie. You always know what to say. It really means a lot. And yeah, maybe I do deserve this.
Of course you do. You, of all people, deserve to be happy. It took you a long time to finally admit you needed outside help. You're a real tough nut to crack, but with enough
crushing love, I finally opened up. Yeah, I know, you dork. You tell me this every chance you get.
Well, is that a bad thing?
It's annoying every now and then for sure. But not too much. I like that you can just like repeat things and it ends up working out for you. It's nice. You're nice.
You're nice? Well, that's just a little bit gay.
A smidge, maybe, but I love you, so it kind of has to be.
Wow, are you sure you aren't the dork here?
Yeah. I mean, seriously, I'm not the one with the catchphrase, am I?
Okay, rude. But in any case, I love you too.
I hate to do this even after I said I'd stop, but do you do you think you could leave me by myself for a moment? I just want to totally really do this myself. At the very least.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yeah. I think I want to be alone for this. I want to like I want to test for myself.
Oh. Yeah. Of course. I can understand that. Just be safe. All right?
Yeah. I will.
Alrighty. I'll be downstairs then. Call me if you need anything.
Huh. I'm surprised he has been able to stay this long. He really is a gift, don't you think?
Oh God. Not now.
What? Can't handle a little anxiety? All I'm saying is you really can't mess up with that guy. It's good he's with you. But if you aren't careful, you could mess it up. Like with James, Samantha, and we most definitely can't forget Alex. That was a whole shit.
Can you relax for like a second? Everything out of you makes me want to die.
Well, that's because you already do. I'm just a reminder. Nothing more, nothing less.
Oh, you're such a load of bull. I'm serious. You being around constantly in my ear, I'm sick of it.
Okay, and what are you gonna do? If you're so serious about it, then why don't you do something? Hell, all you have to do is grab the knife you keep under your bed. Well, unless you're too chicken like the last.
Don't test me. I'm finally starting to get my life back together, and I'm tired of you getting in my way and ruining it.
Ruin your life? Ruin your life? Do you even understand what's going on here? I'm not sure if you've noticed it. You can't get rid of me, and you never will. You can't do anything right. You can't even breathe right. And literally everyone can do that. Do you really think a pill is gonna solve this? Make me go away? Please. I'm not going anywhere. After all, I'm stuck with you and you're stuck with me. You are stuck with yourself because we are one person. And if you think that I'm gonna be gone just because of some prescription, you are so very, very, very wrong.
I know you're me, but I've learned something. I'm not perfect, and I know I never will be. And I've decided to change that. I'm making this decision for myself because I want to be happy. And to do that, I need you to shut the hell up.
Oh, I'm quivering in my boots. I can feel myself getting pushed out. No! Wow, you really can't take a joke, can you? You know, I realized something. You can't take much of anything, if not anything, unless it's for granted, huh? Just like you did for everyone before. Now it's only a matter of time for Charlie, so.
Charlie out of this.
Oh, you got defensive all of a sudden. Seems like mentioning Charlie is really striking a nerve with you.
Nothing else. He doesn't need to be a part of this.
Oh, but I think he does. You heard what Charlie said earlier. Charlie wants you to be different. He can't handle you and all of this. He doesn't really care at all.
You're wrong. He does care. He cares about me, and I know that for a fact.
No, he doesn't. If he cared about you, he wouldn't make you take this fucking pill. If he really cared about you, he would dealt with all of this without a problem. He's making you take the pill so you won't be such a burden anymore. Do you now see that you are the problem here? You are taking so much of his time that he could use on anything, because anything is better than whatever the fuck is up with you. But since you love Charlie so much, why don't we take this problem, the thing that you say has ruined your life, to the source? Here, take it. To solve this problem, we're going to stop it once and for all. We're going to stop you from getting any worse. Take it.
No, stop it.
Well, this is what you wanted, isn't it? Now, take it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me! Look at you. You can't do anything on your own. You can't even kill yourself. You're pathetic. And how could someone as great as Charlie ever see anything in you? What do you even have to offer? You'd honestly be better off dead in a ditch.
What about it? I know I'm pathetic. I know I'm only here because of everyone else. Like mom, dad, especially Charlie. They make me not want to be pathetic. I may not have much to give, and I can never repay them for their kindness, but I will not. I will use what they have given me so that I can at least make Charlie proud. It made me realize I don't have to live with constant shit thrown at me. But I could have a better life. A life where you don't make me angry, scared, jealous, or anything for no actual damn reason. Screwed me over for so long. But this is my life. And I get to choose how I live in it.
What happened? Are you okay? Robin, are you okay? I heard something break.
First step.
Renaissance, Jason Lennis Lopez. Wow. Deep. All right, so this is where we're going to go into some questions. And before I do that, I want us to give another nice round of snaps for our actors. We have 4 great actors: Bryan, Tanya, Aaron, Jacob. Yeah, and Bryan. I said Bryan, right? Yeah. Bryan, Tanya, Aaron, and Jacob, who have obviously been working on all 3 plays. So this is the moment when, if you want to ask a question after I ask the first one, please raise your cyber hand, and I will look in for you, and that would be the way that we will follow. So let me start with Jason. Jason, this is pretty deep. This is a thing that we see in schools, unfortunately, often, but we see in the world. What inspired you to write this play?
Well, originally what inspired me was I was just kind of in my bed, and I had like an image of some kind of scene happening, and it was stuck in my head until my the advisor for the drama club at my school mentioned for a playwriting competition. So I took this as a chance to just put it out there, and through that I developed the play, and along with that, it was because I personally also deal with my own anxieties, and oftentimes when, like, around freshman year, I would kind of deal with it in the same way that Robin did, where I decided I need to take things in my own hands and be responsible for my own happiness.
Beautiful. Well said. This is part of the reason why I love coming to the Palace to do this project. Somebody asked me in an interview on Friday, I think, they were like, well, after you work in different parts of the world and in different branches, why would you still come back or want to come back to the Palace Theater and do this kind of projects? And it's because, Jason, people like you, you know, you're echoing the voice and the necessity. Yeah, I love your reaction, and it's like touches me, but it's like the necessity to speak the things that we're living, you know, and you bring us closer to the truths that our students and our society lives, you know. It's so easy for us as adults to think that we know the answer to anything, as parents, as teachers, as political leaders. But the truth is that we don't have any answers. We cannot be in the brain of a 16, 17-year-old child. And so when opportunities like this and the art gives us the outlet to listen to your voice and say what's in your head, or maybe you're living it personally, or you're seeing it around you, or you're just commenting on what affects you and impacts you from society, it's such a channel to knowledge, to listening, to understanding, to caring for other people. So I take my hat off to you for being a brave playwright and I'm making this work possible. So congratulations, Jason. Florencia, for you are kind of the inspiration on the Salgado Productions team this year to not only celebrate the playwrights, but to open a door where other directors will come in and exercise their vision. Number one, what was the real thing that you wanted to accomplish? What is the thing that you as a you know, Mexican who comes to the United States, who speaks 2 languages, who's looking for opportunities and dreams, what are you looking for in a program like this? That's the first question. The second question, what did you found as you work with the work of Jason? Go.
Thank you. Well, I love to tell stories, and I want to tell stories in all kind of ways. Singing, acting, and now directing. I wanted to explore this thing that it has always been like a fire in my belly that say, direct. So thank you for this opportunity. I love human relationships. I love connect with souls, with humans, with stories. And definitely this story was deep, and I love to read about the anxiety from a young perspective. I think that was so powerful, and I loved how Jason talks about anxiety and talks about medication. Like it's something in a good way, and it's powerful. And I really think that was like the main thing. I was like, yes, Jason, thank you for alzar tu voz, for raising your voice. We need your stories, and that's it.
And Jason, you have a kind of really amazing following here. You have people, let's go, Jason, that was great. Congratulations, Jason, so proud of you. It was wonderful, my friend. You also have an audience. You have the support of the people, which is amazing. So congratulations. I want to point out, number one, I wonder what Jaime Lozano thinks as a composer of actually making music for a play like this underneath, you know, the work that his wife is doing, which is fantastic. Maybe we can do that and make that happen, Jaime. And I actually want to bring forward my friend Chelsea Arce, who's also a director on her own. Chelsea, you're such a great talent, and you're here maybe for the first time seeing this program. You have these 2 directors, but also these 2 playwrights who just presented their work. What kind of comments would you give them as you see them braving forward their stories and their journey of storytelling?
Well, first, congratulations, because both of the plays and the directing was amazing. I think that, you know, Luis, me and you have seen a lot of work, and we always have great debates about what we would do, what we would improve. And I commend everybody involved, because I'm sitting here in awe, and I'm really inspired, because I think that this is where it's going to go for the next couple of months, is everything kind of being digital. And I'm, as a choreographer, as a director, I'm really now like, well, what can I do? This is my first Zoom presentation of work. And I just think it is really, really incredible what Krysta did, what Florencia did. And, you know, I think that I would just keep going. I think a great example of something that I saw this year was the new West Side Story revival. And I think the coolest thing about that was that it was breaking grounds every second that it was doing it, whether it was well received or not, it was doing something new. And I think that that's what needs to keep happening. You know, I work with Cirque du Soleil a lot as well with Luis, and that's something, innovation is always happening. And I think that this is the new level of where theater needs to go. And also, how can this now be implemented to live theater? I mean, like, that's a whole nother conversation, but congratulations, because I think that I would just keep pushing and, you know, think of how you could play with the boxes. You know, it's like, you could put your hand here. Like, there's so many things that you could really explore the more time you have. And I think take these pieces, think of it as the first chapter, and then create a whole book out of it. So congratulations. I'm so excited for you guys.
Thank you, Chelsea. Good, we have questions coming in, and so I'm gonna take this time. I want all three playwrights could go, but maybe I'm just gonna introduce the next one. Seda Polanco. It's our next artist. And the question that we have here, Cynthia Shapiro, do you want to ask it yourself, or you want me to ask it for you? Yeah, I can go ahead. All right, so it's how involved were the playwrights in the process? So let me maybe have Saida, you can answer that first. Go ahead.
We were very much involved. I mean, after the first rehearsal, Naomi, Jason, and I would give our feedback and notes to the directors and the actors, and it would be a mutual effort to bring the characters to life. And I mean, yeah, we felt very much involved in this process.
Thank you. Naomi, do you want to also contribute a little bit to this answer?
I think we were definitely involved in a way that I wasn't expecting. Like, it was cool to see the actors and directors bring their own ideas and then us to discuss it with them and make those changes together. It was a really cool process.
Thank you. And Krysta and Florencia and Heather Hogan took the time to invest some time of relationship with the playwright. So the way this works is often like that, right? The playwright writes something, the director has a vision of how to present that idea, and then there are conversations and make sure that both stories meet. And the beautiful thing is that the playwright makes the director grow, and the director also often ends up expanding the potential of the story because they bring on a concept. And talking about concepts, I'm going to introduce the next play. My dear friend, one of my partners in life as far as everything that has to do with art and beyond, Heather Hogan. She's, I know her most as a stage manager in a lot of different Broadway shows. She's a passionate storyteller, and she actually has a very conceptual piece. So before we go, I'll give you Heather Hogan. Please remember to turn off your cameras at this point. You should be in hide mode so that you enjoy the experience. Heather Hogan, take it away.
Hi, so I am super excited. I got to work with Zeta Polanco on this piece. I was moved by it from the moment I read it. I was like, I want to do this. This is great. So without further ado, this is Waves.
Stop checking the clock.
What? I'm not checking. Who said I was checking? I'm not checking.
Well, then can you just sit down for once? You're making me anxious.
Sit down. Sit down. How am I going to sit down when in a matter of minutes our time is going to stop?
I know. You don't think I'm struggling with this too? I know we're running out of time, so will you stop pacing around the goddamn room and sit down with me? Let's cherish the only time we have left. Remember that first day in Salitas?
Yeah. The guards literally hated you, always flirting with the new girls.
I was not. Okay, maybe a little. But when I saw you, I knew I was in trouble. Watching you on that line, I knew you'd be my match. You had to be. There was no doubting it. From the first moment they called our names, I knew we were...
Don't.
Why not?
Just don't, okay? It'll only make it worse.
Yeah, well, things are bad all around, and it all started with that damn timer.
Hey,
What? I couldn't give a crap if they hear me, because you know what? No matter what we do or who we love, we will never be able to keep it. Don't tell me that you don't want to keep it too. They say that we're selfish for wanting to love, but you and I both know that's not true. It hasn't been true since that night. Tell me you don't want to forget that.
Not that simple.
But it is, Clara. It's as simple as waves crashing on the shore. The only one that can't hear them is you.
Do not lecture me on what I can or can't understand, because believe me, I can hear those waves, and they are as threatening and dangerous as they seem. Maybe you're the one who can't see.
But I don't need to see. And neither do you.
Oh, then you're a damn fool for thinking that. We should
Not like-
never...
It's not like we really had a choice, did we?
Do you ever mean it?
What?
Those words, the ones the ancient people used to use, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. But it felt right.
What did it feel like?
Can't describe it. Well, why don't you tell me? Weren't you the one who said that we shouldn't bother talking about it?
We were not supposed to feel this way. They designed us specifically to not feel this, but you just had to be so...
Handsome?
More like bothersome. When I saw you on that line, when I was on that line, I saw you too. After the selection, I couldn't stop thinking about you. Even when they put me in undecided, I knew you were the one. It was the way the butterflies escaped from the pit of my tummy when I saw you. And when you looked back, it was clear. Clear as those damn waves. Heck, I didn't even care that they'd crash down. I just knew that you'd be there with me to take it all in. Maybe that's why we're selfish for thinking we could keep it.
That's how it felt.
What?
You know, the 3 words.
Waves are coming and there's nothing we can do about it.
Maybe there is.
What are you talking about?
Just hear me out. Maybe if we...
Don't be stupid. We can't get out of this. It's the law.
Well, what would you rather do? Wait around till they delete our memories, or actually try to hold on?
It's unheard of. No one has ever resisted the wave.
Well, then we'll just have to be the first.
Tell me. You know there's a 99% chance this won't work, right?
The worst thing we could do is not try.
Liam?
Mm-hmm.
I hate you.
Oh, well, I'm glad to know I'm not the only one.
Oh, you are so full of it.
Well, look who's talking, miss. I'm so perfect has finally realized the world doesn't revolve around her.
You had some nerve saying that.
Oh, really? Please do elaborate.
You aggravating piece of crap. There was a reason I hated your guts from the moment we were matched.
There she is.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Don't hold back.
What we had was never real. You and I both know it. I never loved you, and I never will.
Good!
Why isn't it working?
I don't know. It's supposed to.
Don't let go.
I won't. I promise.
Don't promise.
Okay.
Promise. I'm sorry. Do I know you?
I don't suppose you do.
Well, I'm Clara.
Liam.
Waves. Zaira Polanco. Yes. I love seeing you guys like snap right away. I love it. Wonderful. This time through, we can actually go back to our video settings and, you know, do what you need to if you want to uncheck that hi video participants at the moment. We're going to start a little bit of a conversation. Heather Hogan. That was that's a very complicated piece to work on Zoom. How did it go for you? Tell us a little bit about the journey and what you learned in the process.
I think that when I read Waves, we were, this was before the quarantine, so we were still on the plan to stage it, and I had all these ideas for it visually in my head, and staging and movement to support the story. So when we went into this platform, it was much harder, and it was very hard for me to let go of some of those ideas that I wanted. So those were my challenges. The challenge of also having to do everything on your computer, sound, and trying to get like a lighting effect, and you know what I mean? So, but the cast was great, and working with Zaida was great. Like we Zoomed on our own, and we talked about things and discovered stuff together. So, but I can't wait till we're gonna take it to Broadway. Zaida and I decided. The first 15-minute Broadway show.
Zaida, you're also an actress and a playwright. Somebody actually in the comments was saying, great job, Sal, amazing, so proud of you. And somebody else was like, congratulations, you could be the first 16-year-old quadruple threat. So being an actress yourself and writing, what are some of the tensions you might have? Because obviously as an actress, you might feel a character a certain way, and all of a sudden you're seeing a character develop in a different way as you're writing it. Is there any difference in that journey? Is there any conflict in the process?
I actually don't think it's a conflict. It's more like me discovering new ways of seeing how other people want to portray that character. I mean, I myself had done this play in my theater club. Shout out to Miss Sepler, my drama club teacher at my school at White Plains High School. I did this with my friend, and now seeing professional New York actors take on these roles, I get to see this whole other perspective of who Clara could be. I mean, I'm just so honored to get to see my play, which I started writing in a creative writing class, to see where it is now. I never thought it would get this far, and I'm very humbled. Thank you all for making my characters come to life.
Wonderful, wonderful words. Thank you for that. Michael Moran, you know, we've done this a few years, and here we are in Zoom, still doing it. How do you feel at this moment?
I am just mesmerized. I can't imagine the work that went into this, that you guys took all of the time and delivered a product that was so touching, so emotional. The subject matter was so intense. I can't believe the talent of these playwrights. And Luis, you and your team just make it happen year in and year out. Nothing gets in your way. Thank
I told him he's stuck with us.
Thank you all so much. I want to acknowledge one of our guests. Mike Widlin is here with us this afternoon. He's the chairman of the board of the Stanford Center for the Arts. Mike, thank you for joining us here today. It means a lot.
Thank you, Carol. I know before you had a question and I cut off. Here we have a third play of the day. Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to add to a conversation we had the other day about exploring this in this way, in this platform, that the playwrights actually got to spend so much more creative, productive time with the directors and with Luis than we would have, or they would have, when we had gotten together and done it at the Palace, because of everybody's schedules and school and after school activities and exams. And so they actually got to spend more time on this platform, which is just, you know, astonishing that you all accomplished this.
The ironies of life sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Here we have our incredible Jacob on his phone, as you see him. I don't know if you all see it. I'm still learning my ropes on Zoom. So there we go. Now you see him, Jacob.
There he is.
Everybody, one of our actors. Snap it out for Jacob. Nice. And then let me go back here. I'm just gonna take me a second, but I'll try my best.
And here is Luis.
Hey. Oh, it's an easier way. Here we go. Go to speaker view. Hit speaker view, please. And if you can, Erin, say hello for us.
Hello.
There she is. Snaps for Erin, wonderful actress. Bryan, say hello, please.
Hi.
Our amazing Bryan. And then Tanya.
Hello.
Hello.
Our incredible Tanya, wonderful. Now into our directors, Heather Hogan, say hello, please.
Hello.
Boom. I'm not talking so you get to see their beautiful faces. Krysta Hibbard.
Hi.
Yes.
And Florencia Cuenca.
Hola, gracias.
And now who we're really honoring today, this wonderful young playwright, Jason. Let's start with you. Say hello.
Hi.
Naomi.
Hi.
And Saida.
Hi.
Nice. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody for being with us this hour. I'm very proud that we stick to the hour. It happened. We're not talking about details right now, but know that for the last few years, I've seen this program be able to empower a lot of new young playwrights, not only by this opportunity, but also by different awards that they are able to get. And so, of course, today, in our world today, we live a different reality, and theaters are really going through the pain of not knowing what's going to happen next. So part of the mission of this day is to continue to create awareness that the Palace Theater is such a wonderful home, that it opens the door to so many people. I've been able to teach the summer programs with 60, 70 kids at a time. A lot of them go in there free of charge. And if you can, making a donation to the Palace Theater will make a difference to her life. So that's my final invitation. I hope that you have a fantastic Sunday afternoon. Thank you, directors. Thank you, playwrights. Thank you, actors. Thank you, audience, for joining us. And we look forward to seeing each other in face-to-face one more time soon. Jaime Lozano, we'll talk about creating music for all these plays later.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.